Hi, everybody. Thank you, Christian, for letting me talk about this for a while. I'm going to be very short. I know you're longing to see new ideas. So I'm just going to introduce you to the social impact investing movement and funds that are in the world already, that some of you probably will know, and some of you probably don't. So what is very interesting about it is that these people is doing investing in the third world. This is the world at night. As you see, there is full of light in the northern part of the world, and there is no light down there. So what they are trying to do through investments, not philanthropy, it's enlight the other side. Besides, in terms of market, there are 1 billion people living with less than $1 per day. So in terms of opportunities, if we are able to develop all these countries that are in the south of the world, there will be a very big market and opportunities for companies. So it is just starting. It is trying to develop this market, but the way I see the future and the growth in the world, they will be the markets in which we will be investing probably in the next 20, 25 years. I don't know whether I'll see it, but you will probably do. So why is social impact investing similar to value investing? For two different things. The approach is always long-term. All these projects, as you can imagine, take time to grow and to be built. So the long-term approach in the investment world is not common. You already know that. And it's very difficult to find people to understand that we are going to develop countries and projects and also do it in a long term. But that's how it works. Times for exits in these companies, if you do equity in them, it's around 10, 12 years. That's for you, doesn't sound very terrible, but for any other investor, sounds like nightmare. And the other reason what I think is very similar and what I think it would be interesting for you is that it takes companies when they are really still growing or in difficult or in countries that they have problems, and they work together with them until they grow and they can be sold to anyone else. And in the meantime, everybody makes money. So it's very similar to the value investing philosophy in a way. Why are we using value investing or investing to develop the third world? Because we realize this is the eighth wonder of the world, the compound interest, and we believe that what make us richer in the first world will be the same tool that will make the poor less poor. So it's not me saying this, it's Albert Einstein, so that's a funny. Okay, impact investing in numbers that you will really probably get impressed. I really got impressed. It was from the Financial Times on Tuesday. I thought the market was around 200 billion last year, but they come with this new number. What I think they are adding there is not only impact investing in the terms I'm talking to you, developing countries investing for the inclusion of the poor and everything. They are adding in there the ESG movement, all the ESG that the companies are doing around the world. So that's why the number is so impressive. But honestly, I don't think it's less than half, probably it's less than half, that it's now working on impact investing. And here is the split of what organizations are doing what with their money. So as you can imagine, development finance institutions, that there are just a few, the World Bank and all of them, are putting the biggest part of the money, almost 50%. But here you are, has to be here. The fund managers for profit, there are a big bunch of them because they are working on the ESG for marketing reasons too, but they are adding a big portion of the money in here, almost 30%. So this is a movement that is here to stay. The numbers now are like good enough to be attractive for other investors. So this is impact investing in numbers. What is impact investing? I've already told you, I don't want to be very long in this slide. It is between philanthropy and profit focus. So I am the incarnation of this trip because my husband is running Cobas Asset Management, and we have been running a philanthropy foundation for almost 20 years now. And it was here when 6 years ago we realized that these two worlds could be together, this was like very annoying. The philanthropy work is always depending on you. You have to raise money every year. And after 10 or 15 years, the projects are the same. So we start thinking which way could be better to help these people. And then we realized that there was the microfinance industry around 2000, 2002. We started doing a little bit of investing in microfinance. But it was 3-4 years ago when we discovered this social impact investing tool. And we've launched a fund that is called Global Social Impact Fund, which is very small by now. But it's the money that we invest here is coming from 20% of the benefit our asset management firm is getting. So 20% of the benefit is going into the foundation a bit and into the fund too. So everything is like linked together, and we hopefully make it work. What are we doing? We're doing investments in different companies. This one I will explain to you. It's called Tugende, and the Boda thing is the motorbike taxi they use in Uganda. This one is we are starting to do some working capital in agriculture, which is working very well with a big demand in the world. We are selling our crop to Starbucks and other big suppliers of coffee or cotton or whatever. And this is a microfinance project, and this is a technological project to help people develop their startups. And here is this.
Accede is a social enterprise in Uganda that helps people own the tools they use to make money instead of renting, which doubles their take-home profit. Our primary customers are motorcycle taxi drivers who go from renting to owning their motorcycle in 18 to 24 months. The motorcycle taxis are a huge industry in East Africa. In Uganda, where we're based, there are about 400,000 full-time motorcycle taxi drivers, but not very many of them own their own vehicle, and so they pay daily or weekly rents to the landlord of the motorcycle. So it's a very easy decision for our customers to pay a little bit more per week to Gende and own the motorcycle in 18 months or so with additional training on the road safety and financial management from us, as well as life and medical insurance during the lease. We started the business to take risk on customers that we knew were trustworthy, that nobody else could take risk on, including banks and even traditional microfinance.
Okay, so that's one of the companies we're investing in, and I'm going to show you a little bit of the numbers. It's not a really good case for you that are very like complex or more intelligent than this, but this is a very, very simple business. We are investing in the local entrepreneur, which is Michael. He has a company called Tugende, and he is buying these Boda motorbikes, and instead of renting them forever, as the landlords now do in Uganda, they are making it a lease for them. So as he says, in 1.5 years or 2 years, they become owners of the Boda drivers, which means they will double their income. But what is happening now here is that they normally buy another motorbike and start a business by themselves. So the social impact is very clear. They came out of the $1 per day to at least $2 or $3 per day. And the financial impact, you will see, it's a very, very, well, not that good investment, but a good investment enough. So the cost that Tugende pays for the bikes is like around $1,000, and there are additional charges that make it $1,100. So what they ask the drivers to pay over 20 months almost is $1,695, which means there is an income of around $600 per motorbike, which sounds very good. What happened? What are the risks in here? Because you can understand, we are working in Uganda, and this is a risky environment. People is not very trustworthy, although they used to choose the best drivers in terms of we can trust them, they are going to pay. So what happens if they goes into liquidation? The founder is supporting and granting the loan by himself because he's a believer. What happened here, and is different from other entrepreneurs, is a social entrepreneur is very, very deep into the business because they want to really make a social change, so it's part of their life more than the business, although they also want to make money and make a big business and do an exit somehow. If they stop growing, you've seen that there is 400,000 taxi drivers or boda boda drivers in Uganda. The market is quite big, but if they stop growing because there are new competitors or anything, they won't buy new bodas. So they stop buying new bodas, they will finish all the repayment of the loans, and that's all. If the drivers don't pay, they have a GPS thing in every motorbike, so they will go and take the motorbike. This is sad. Doesn't happen very much, but if you need to, they will do this. And there are other unmanageable risks, like in the first world, so then we will lose our money. What is our approach to find companies like this? Same as in venture capital. So we will never go to these companies that has 1, 2, 3 years of performance. We preferably go to companies that are older, from 5 to more years of income. So we are targeting companies that are having at least 2 million of income for 3, 4 years. And the way we find them and we do the due diligence on them is quite value approach. We have to know the entrepreneur very, very much. We know the history of the company, competitors, modes, everything. Same as you, in a small way, but always looking for value. And this is the other side of the story, which is like, for us, very important, and is the social impact we're having. These investments have a double return. You have all the money you've seen. We are getting around 9% out of Tukende for our portfolio. But in terms of social KPIs, it's where we want to make an accent because it was make the fund different, and it's what make it really social. So we have to be very sure of what is the social mission. The guarantee of the success of the entrepreneur. This social approach of him, thinking always about the beneficiary, which is the customer really, makes the project success. So social mission is important. How big is the social problem they are dealing with? We prefer bigger problems with less effort, less capital, but not always like this. We look at what beneficiaries, what is the KPI they're making, increasing income, giving a new job. Theory of change in social investments is like business plan. What do the entrepreneur want to change on his community or with the project? We do also a ESG analysis, which is very unfair because we are doing ESG in the developing country when we were developing and polluting a lot before, but that's what we do. And we really measure KPIs and we give our investors a track record of how the social impact is doing in the company. And I'm just finishing. We do it through other partners, people that has been in the field for more than 20 years, like Acumen, that is an American organization, and also Juno Social Business. We partner with them to be sure of all this social impact measurement is done properly. If you want to learn a little bit more, it is my experience, but those are the books that can be useful for you. This is the book in which I learned that philanthropy is not working anymore. This one is the first one I realized there is another way to make impact, social impact, through investments. And this is the one that really explains to you how does it work, what kind of vehicles you can have, if you have tax benefits to do this or whatever. So if you're interested, here you are. We need you for social value investing. You just have to add this social part on your portfolio. Thank you very much.